Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, May 15th, and it is AMI Day 39. So this is the very last AMI Day work that you will have to turn in. AMI Day 39 is the last of the AMI work that you'll have to turn in. These next couple of weeks, the AMI packets will just be fun, optional activities for you to do. You don't have to do them if you don't want to. They're just optional fun things that don't have to be turned in. So today is the last AMI work that you have to turn in, AMI Day 39. Congratulations, we've made it to the end of the AMI work that you have to turn in. Keep working hard, keep doing your best, and we're gonna go through this AMI work for today. But first, a couple of announcements. We will have our Zoom meeting today at 3:30 to continue our read aloud of Fuzzy Mud. This is our last read aloud of the school year. I will continue to do, even though your AMI work is that you have to turn in is finished after today, I'm going to continue to do Zoom meetings for the next couple of weeks so that we can do one more read aloud for the school year. So we're going to have a couple more Zoom meetings to read Fuzzy Mud and finish that book for the school year. So we will have our Zoom meeting today at 3:30, and it is Fun Friday, so we'll be playing that Fun Friday game, and whoever wins, I will send you a prize in the mail. So I will post the link for that this afternoon on Google Classroom, Class Dojo, and on Remind. So all you have to do to join the meeting is to click that link that I share, and then you'll be able to join the meeting and join in on the fun. So invite your classmates to join us for Fun Friday, and as we continue our read aloud of Fuzzy Mud. So that is the only announcement I have for today. So we'll go ahead and get started with your AMI work for today. Since it's Friday, you're going to choose a reading option, a writing option, a social studies option, and then one of those specialty activities to do for today. So we'll go ahead and get started, and I will share my screen and we'll look at it together. I'll get everything situated here. So, if it'll let me move my stuff. Okay. So first, you're going to choose a reading option. So option 1 for reading is to read a book of your choice for 30 minutes. So read any book you want for 30 minutes. All you're going to do is record the title, the number of pages that you read in that 30 minutes, and then write a paragraph summary of what you read. And it says to be sure to include details about important words or phrases from your reading. List all figurative language used. So think about that figurative language that it uses. Are there any similes or metaphors? We've talked a lot about those this week. If there are, include that in your paragraph summary. So you could say in the book and then list the title, they use the metaphor, and then write the metaphor that they may use. So that is if you choose to do option 1, you're going to read a book for 30 minutes and just record all those things, the title, the number of pages you read in that 30 minutes, and then write a little summary about what you read, maybe the important words or phrases that keep appearing in the book that you're reading. So just include all those in your paragraph summary. That's if you choose to do option 1. Option 2 is to log into iStation Reading and work on the reading section for 30 minutes. So it does give you this link to get to the iStation website. If you need your username or password, message me and let me know and I can get that for you. But you'll work on the reading section of iStation for 30 minutes. If you are completely finished with iStation Reading and you are just to the little extra activities at the end, you some different options that you can work on for that 30 minutes would be Freckle ELA, and then Spelling City is also an option. So Freckle ELA or Spelling City, you could work on either of those for 30 minutes, and that would count as option 2. Or you could do option 3. So option 3 for reading today says, write 5 similes and 5 metaphors about your friends and family members. Under each simile or metaphor, write the real meaning. Share your work with someone. So remember, a simile is when you compare two things using like or as. So I could say, my friend acts like a monkey. So you're comparing your friend to a monkey, and I use the word like. So my friend acts like a monkey. So that could be a simile because it used like or as to compare two things. I compared my friend to a monkey. And the literal meaning of that could mean that, my friend acts silly, or my friend acts crazy. So how do you think a monkey acts? And that could be the literal meaning of it. Or I could say, my mom is as sweet as my mom is as sweet as a cupcake. So that's comparing my mom to a cupcake, and I use the word as. My mom is as sweet as a cupcake. So I'm using like or as, so that means it's a simile, and the literal meaning of that would just mean that my mom is really nice. My mom is as sweet as a cupcake would mean that my mom is really nice. That would be the literal meaning of that simile. So remember, a simile is when you're comparing two things using like or as, but a metaphor is comparing two things by saying something is something. And you don't have to use the word is in a metaphor. So a metaphor doesn't always use the word is. So like a metaphor for a friend could be, let's see. They used the example of a couch potato before. You could say, my brother is a couch potato. That time I did use is, but a metaphor is not always going to specifically use the word is. It's saying a metaphor says something is something else. It's comparing two things by saying something is something else, but it won't exactly always use the word is. It gets a little complicated, but a metaphor, remember, simile uses will always use the words like or as to compare things. So if you're looking for a simile, just know to use like or as. So my mom is as sweet as a cupcake. So I used as there. Or my friend acts like, there I used like, a monkey. Or a metaphor would just be, my brother is a couch potato, or he is such a couch potato. Or let me think of another metaphor. My brother is a shining star, or my nephew is a shining star. So that, it did use is. If it's easiest for you to actually use the word is in your metaphor, you can do that. But make sure that you write 5 similes about friends or family, and then 5 metaphors. Remember, similes use like or as. Metaphors are just comparing something by saying something is something else. So write 5 of each, and then write the literal meaning. So when I said my mom is as sweet as a cupcake, that just means that my mom is really nice. If I said my brother is a couch potato, it would just mean that my brother's lazy. Anything like that. So just think of those. I did post on Wednesday, I posted some extra videos on Google Classroom that help explain similes and metaphors. So if you need to go back to those videos and watch those, or you can just, if you're still having trouble understanding similes and metaphors, you can Google similes versus metaphors, and it explains the differences between the two. Or you could go back and watch those extra videos that I posted on Wednesday about similes and metaphors. Or if you're still just having trouble understanding any of it, message me and let me know, and I can kind of walk you through it. We can talk about it some more. But that is if you choose to do option 3 for reading today. Or you could choose to do option 4. They kind of have a typo here, have 2 option 3s. Option 4 is to go to the PBS link. It takes you to the My Arkansas PBS website. We'll follow the link now. So if you follow that link, this is what the web page looks like. It's the English Language Arts and Literacy section. Here's where it says filter by. So you're going to filter by where it says grade here, and you're going to scroll down. Scroll my screen down. I can see it. So where it says filter by here, we'll choose 5 for 5th grade. And then you can watch any of these videos. There's 361 videos for you to choose from. For your option 4, if you choose to do option 4, you can watch any of these videos. And then it shows you some videos, and then you can always click see more videos. And it just shows you more and more and more. There's some about authors like Jerry Spinelli. And then there's some little cartoons like Martha Speaks, and different videos that you can choose from to watch. Or as part of your PBS work, you can do the actual PBS packet that is attached to the back of your AMI work. So if you picked the AMI work up from school, from the front porch of the school, there is a PBS packet attached to the back of it. You can just choose one of those activities on that back packet to do, and that would count as option 4 for reading today. So after you've chosen your reading option and done that, you're going to choose an option for writing. So let's look at the options that you have. So option 1 for writing is to write an entry in your journal. So you're going to write one more coronavirus pandemic journal entry if you started that, or maybe you just want to write one and you want to start it today. So remember, with journal entries, you want to write the date at the top. So today's would say Friday, May 15th, 2020, or maybe just May 15th, 2020 at the top of your paper. And then you're just going to write a journal entry. You can write a story, you can write an essay, you can draw a comic, you can write about what you did this week or what you want to do this weekend. You can write about really anything in your journal entry and write about it kind of like you're talking to somebody else, and just write down your thoughts or your feelings. You choose any kind of writing for your journal entry there, kind of have some fun with it, or you could choose to do option 2. So option 2 this week for writing has been to work on a narrative. Remember, you had a couple choices. You could write that personal narrative, which is like what we did at the beginning of the year, where you thought about a big event, and I told you to narrow it down to a small moment. And when you write a personal narrative, you write about that small moment. So for some of you, the big event was 4th grade camp, but the small moment that you chose to write about was the shaving cream war. And I told you to focus on dialogue. So what did you say? What did you do? And focus on your senses. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you say? Maybe what did you taste? What did you smell? So different things like that, because that's what helps the reader see what was actually happening in that small moment for you. So focus on those senses. What did you see, hear, taste, smell? And focus on that dialogue. What did you say? What did other people say to you? Those are important parts of a personal narrative. Or you could have started writing a fictional narrative. So a fictional narrative is just where you create your own character, your own setting, and you just write a story about this character. Or you can create more than one character. So you're just writing a made-up story that you make up yourself. And you can still use all those same things that you would use in a personal narrative. You can still, your characters still need to talk to each other, so you can still use that dialogue. And then you can also still use your senses. So what does your character hear? What does your character see? What does your character taste? Maybe your character's tasting something. What does your character smell? So focus on those senses to help us understand what's going on for your character. And then you can also use that dialogue. What is your character saying to other characters? So that is if you're writing a fictional narrative, you're just making up your own story about your own character. So it says for option 2, finalize the narrative you've been working on this week. Check to make sure your sentences have correct capitalization and punctuation. So you always need to capitalize the first word in your sentence, and you always need to put punctuation at the end. Could be a question mark, could be a period, could be an exclamation point, anything like that. Names, places, and things like that always need to be capitalized. If you use the standalone I, it needs to be capitalized. So remember those things. And it says make sure that your story sequence of events is correct and easy to follow. So what happened first, what happened next, what happened after that, and what happened last. Keep it in order. Keep the events in order. Read the story aloud to make sure it says what you want it to say. So once you've finished your story, read it out loud to yourself to make sure it sounds right, to make sure you've written everything that you want to say in the way that you need to say it. So read it out loud once you finish it, and that is option 2. Option 3 would be to follow that PBS link again, and you're going to filter it by 5 for 5th grade, just like we did before, and you're just going to choose a video to watch. So maybe you're going to watch a video for reading, and you can also watch a video for writing. Or you could do, if you don't want to watch the video on the website, you can do an activity off that back PBS packet that is attached to your AMI work. So you'll choose one of those options to do for writing, and then you're going to choose a social studies option. So option 1 for social studies is read the following rules for proper flag etiquette. So we're learning a little bit more about flag etiquette. Write a summary about what you learned. So you're just going to write a couple sentences, a little paragraph about what you learned about flag etiquette. So, and it's just this little, here it says rules for proper flag display. So you're going to read about proper flag display, and it gives you a couple bullet points about things you can learn, what to avoid when displaying the American flag, and then it gives you more bullet points. All of these things are things that you can include in your little paragraph about what you learned. Think about these bullet points. These bullet points are things for you to learn. And then it's just that. So it's these two little sections, rules for proper flag display and what to avoid when displaying the American flag. So read those two little sections, those bullet points, write a little paragraph summary about what you learned. So you could say, I learned not to do this. I also learned that it is important to do this. You know, write a little paragraph about what you learned, include those important details about, you know, what rules and etiquette do you think is important when it comes to the American flag. Or you could choose to do option 2. Read the following rules for proper flag etiquette. So either way, you're going to have to read these two little sections and the bullet points. So you're just going to read that little section, and it says, answer the following writing prompt. So if you choose to do option 2, you're going to answer the writing prompt about what you read here about flag etiquette. So it says, why is it important that we follow rules and show respect to the Arkansas and American flags? So that's your writing prompt. You're going to use what you learned from this section, and you're going to answer that question. And think of our race strategy that we were practicing a lot before all of this. You remember, you can restate the question. So you could say, there are rules to follow to show respect to the Arkansas and American flags. That could be restating your question as a statement. There are rules to follow to show respect to the Arkansas and American flag, period. That would be your R for restate the question. A stood for, in our race strategy, stood for answer. Now you're going to answer the question. So you could say some important rules to follow are blank, blank, and blank. So maybe list about 3 rules that you got from that reading. And then remember, C is your cite. So you could say in the passage it says, or the author said, it is important, you know, and just quote from, oh, I hit my computer, quote from this passage here that you read. So you could say, in the passage it says, what does it say about flag etiquette? Quote something from that passage. Or the text says, quote something from that passage. That would be your C citing. And then the E is explained. So you could say, this shows why it is important to have flag etiquette. This shows why it is important to respect the flags. Anything like that. E is just kind of wrapping it up. This shows why it is important. This shows why flag etiquette is important. This shows why it's important to respect flags. Anything like that could be your E for explain. That's just wrapping it up. You can use the race strategy that we were learning for this. RACE. Restate the question, answer the question, cite your source. So in the text it says, the passage says, the author says. And then E is explain, just wrapping it up. This shows why it is important. Okay, so you could use the race strategy for option 2. But either way, you're going to have to read this little bit of information that tells you about flag etiquette. So focus on those bullet points, because those bullet points are going to help you explain what you learned. They're the important facts that you need to know. So after you've chosen your social studies option, you're going to choose a specialty activity. So for PE today, it says jump rope for 20 minutes. Can you jump without stopping? How many different tricks can you do? So just get you a jump rope and practice jump roping for 20 minutes. Set a timer for 20 minutes. See if you can keep going without stopping, or see how many tricks that you can do, or if you can learn any tricks. So PE today is jump rope, or you could choose to do music, which is draw 4 more 8th rest on the staff. So you have the staff here, and right here is the 8th rest. So you can kind of trace this one to get how to draw it. It kind of looks like a 7. And see how many more you can fit on this staff. So maybe you can fit 3 more here, maybe 3 more here. See how many more 8th rests you can fit on this staff here. Start just below the 4th line and draw a shape similar to the number 7. So you start on the, here, so count up 1, 2, 3 on the 4th line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So just below this 4th line here, you're going to kind of draw your 7. See how many you can fit on there. See how well you can make it look like this one right here. So you're going to practice drawing those 8th rests. Or you could choose to do art today. So it says, option 1, click the link below to draw a marquee sign. So if you choose to do option 1, you're just going to follow that link. It's going to take you to this PDF here about graffiti and typography, and you're going to learn how to draw a marquee sign like this one. So marquee sign, and then it's just going to tell you a little background information about theater marquees and what they were used for and all that background information about it. And then you have your, it's going to list right here everything that you'll need: some paper, black waterproof marker, pencil, colored markers, crayons. You can use sequins and liquid glue for optional, or if you have glitter glue at home, you could use that, it's optional. And then it gives you drawing the marquee step by step and gives you different options and types that you can draw. So you'll just follow these steps, and then now it's going to tell you how to add lettering. So you follow the steps to add the lettering, and then coloring it in, follow the steps, and then it just gives you different shapes and types that you could draw for your marquee, and then different types of block lettering, and it gives you a place to practice your block lettering before you add it to your art. And then this is just a little extra stuff. So it gives you step-by-step examples, place to practice, step-by-step how to create your own marquee sign. So that's if you choose to do option 1. Oh, option 1 for art. What is that? I hit the wrong button today. That was option 1, or you could do option 2. So option 2 for art today says, think about how you would tell about yourself in just pictures. So how would you tell people stuff about yourself in just pictures? Draw a sign using your name and at least 3 pictures. Don't forget to color using a medium of your choice. So you're just going to kind of get a piece of paper, maybe put your name at the top of the paper, in the middle of the paper, wherever you want to draw your name. You could draw it in fancy letters. Maybe you do block letters, swirly letters, dashed letters. Put your name on the paper, in the middle, on the top, on the bottom, wherever you want to draw your name. Put your name on there, and then think of 3 pictures that you could draw on that piece of paper that represent you. So for me, I would put, maybe I put Miss McGee in the middle of my paper, and maybe I draw a dog because I love my dog. And then maybe I draw an apple to represent me as a teacher. And then just different things. Think of different pictures that represent you as a person and would help people to get to know you. So you're going to put your name on the paper and then draw 3 different things that represent you. So that's kind of like telling people about yourself without using words, you're using pictures. So that would be option 2 for art today. And once you've chosen an option for each of those, you're done with your AMI work that you need to turn in. So because today is the very last day of AMI work that has to be turned in. Every other AMI packet that will be available for pickup at the school will just be fun activities that are optional. You don't have to turn them in. So today is the last that you have to turn in. Day 39 is the last day of work that you have to turn in. If you have any questions or need help with anything, message me and let me know. You have until the very last day of school to turn in your AMI work. So around May 26th is like the last day of school. So you have a couple more weeks until you have to turn your AMI work in. It doesn't have to all be turned in this week. You have until the end of the school year to turn in all your AMI work that has to be turned in. So I'm going to continue offering online tutoring. So you can find that Google Sheets that I've shared on Google Classroom and on Remind, or on Class Dojo and on Remind. I've shared a Google Sheets. So you can still sign up for tutoring spaces. So maybe you need help just catching up on your AMI work and you have some questions about some of the activities and how to do some of the work. You can sign up for a tutoring session and I will send you a Zoom link. All you have to do is at the time you signed up for, click that Zoom link and I will meet with you and talk you through how to do the work. So that might be a good way, like if you're a little behind on your AMI work, I can help catch you up and answer any questions, or if you're having trouble with something, I can help you through that. So that's an option that you can still sign up for, and I will continue to offer that these next couple of weeks before your AMI work. All of it has to be turned in by the end of the school year. So I'm here to help you, here to answer any of your questions, here to help you get caught up if you need it. So if you need anything, please message me and let me know. And as always, remember to stay safe, stay healthy, remember to wash your hands. And as always, remember that I love you guys and I miss you guys so much. And I've loved being your teacher this year, and I'm still here to help you if you need anything at all. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys go and do in 6th grade, the adventures that you have, the things that you learn. I'm looking forward to keeping up with you guys and seeing how you grow and how you learn far beyond me being your 5th grade teacher. So I've loved being your teacher, and I love each and every one of you. You taught me so much. You probably taught me more than I taught you, and I'm just thankful for each and every one of you, and I love you guys. And you're going to be amazing in 6th grade, but finish strong, finish up all your AMI work, and get it turned in. And remember that I'm here for you if you need anything at all, even beyond 5th grade. If you have any questions in 6th grade or ever need help with anything, I'm always here to help you. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. We will have our Zoom meeting today at 3:30 to continue our Read Aloud Fuzzy Mud. So you can join in all the fun, and we'll play our Fun Friday game, and I'll send a prize to the winner. But I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and thank you guys for watching.